Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the ever elusive C-16 Dinobot. This is the Takara version of the Transformers universe, or Transformers Generations, whichever one it was. That purple and yellow color scheme Dinobot that came out with Cheetor when they started redoing the Beast Wars figures in the new, better sculpts. Cheetor didn't turn out so good. Dinobot turned out to have an awesome sculpt, but for some reason the American release was not color accurate at all. In fact, I've already reviewed that. If you want to check it out, you should go do that because it's far cheaper. You can get that one for about 30 bucks now. This one is way more expensive. It does come in the Japanese packaging, of course, the Takara Tomy logo at the top. And we have this kind of a much cooler packaging compared to the American release, unfortunately. And then you have the C-16 down there, so you know that that's the number for it. Very cool, way more accurate. The mold is still, in my opinion, one of the best screen to, actually not one of, it is the best screen to figure transitions I've seen for at least the Beast Wars, and maybe for other stuff too. It's just so good. So definitely pick this up if you can. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. We have much better color scheme, and then like I said, the mold's awesome. The only downside, really the only major downside, is the spinning blade thing from his tail. Not very screen accurate. They decided to make it shoot out this missile, which is actually chrome plated this time, so that's cool. It looks like his sword, but it's really short, and it's made to shoot out of here rather than be a sword, which he can hold, and that's okay. And this doesn't spin and doesn't look that great. Aside from that, he looks incredible compared to the other one. And since Dinobot's my favorite Beast Wars character, that's always a little stiff. He's at least one of my favorite characters, if not the favorite. I really like Dinobot in that show. Come on. And this is just a great representation of the character. As you can see, there's no kibble, there's really no issue at all. The worst thing there is that the dinosaur feet are back here. So it's really good. He has this transitioning Maximo logo right there. I believe they went with the G1 colors for the logos, which some people don't care for. Me personally, I don't mind, because he didn't have the logo on his chest in the show. It was just the plain dinosaur head. At least as far as I remember, so I don't mind leaving it like that. Or you can switch it to the Predacon logo if you want to, and that's purple. But I like it to just stay plain like that. He does have really nice light piping in the eyes to give him his red light up eyes. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, but it does work really nicely. Articulation wise, he's pretty good. We have the shoulder articulation separate from this back piece, so you can move the arms around pretty well on that ball peg. Really good range of motion there. We have a bicep swivel here. We have a single jointed elbow, but it gives you full range of articulation. The elbow is not the greatest looking, but it's still okay. He does come with like robot shaped hands, but if you guys know Dinobot, he just had these claws for his hands, which you can still do, so that's pretty good, and you can close them up a little bit to make like a fist if you want to. Same on both sides. The robot hands hold the sword a whole lot better, but there is a little tab hole for those little tabs right there to fit into his hand so he can hold the sword. One thing is, and apparently this is a common issue, for this Dinobot they used a softer material for the feet, and I think for these arms up here also, and they do tend to have a little bit of a mineral issue. They kind of turn white, but you can wipe it away for the most part. It's not too big a deal, and there's really no other option. You have to deal with it because it's the only way to get this figure. He does not have a waist swivel. He has ball jointed hips, so pretty good range of motion there. There is no thigh swivel, and the knee articulation is pretty limited, but it is there. And then the foot articulation, even though it's a little clunky looking due to the design, we have a ball peg here in the ankle, so that gives us a decent range of motion. And then we have a ball peg here as well. You can't bring the toe up at all, but you can rotate it to give him an ankle rocker, so you can put him in a little bit of a better pose, and he's pretty dynamic looking as it is. So he's definitely a really nice Transformers figure in robot mode. Very cool. I definitely recommend it. Just everything works really well on this guy. You know, I don't know how they do it, but this is easily as good a Velociraptor can look as a robot mode. I don't know how they could make it any better than this. It's really good. Of course, I guess there could be a little bit of a better paint application with some more of the metallic colors up here on these kind of triangle pieces, but it still looks really darn good. So let me go ahead and transform it, and I'll show you the dinosaur mode, the beast mode, even though I don't think anybody's ever going to display him that way. Before I do that, he stands about 5 3/4 inches tall, so he's pretty good size. Definitely recommend him 100% for robot mode. It is fantastic. Let me get him transformed and I'll show you that. Okay, so we have him in beast mode, and it's not horrible, but you can quickly see that beast mode is not where this figure stands out. It's not where it shines. The tail, it is made out of that softer plastic also. I didn't realize that at first. So that does have a lot of that white leaching going on. And it doesn't have any paint on it either, so it doesn't really flow well. The paint job is not that great. You don't really notice it in robot mode, but the paint job on these lines, pretty shoddy. The legs don't look that great. They're kind of just clunky looking. The arms just fold up in the chest, so that doesn't look that great, though they're not horrible from the side. And then the little dinosaur arms, just kind of underwhelming. The head looks okay, and the mouth does open and close, but it's not particularly impressive. So it's just kind of, I mean, they designed it clearly with robot mode in mind, which is ideal for me because I don't really need a dinosaur figure. I want a Dinobot figure. So while the beast mode is not very good, the robot mode is definitely enough to salvage, or not salvage, to, what's the word I'm thinking of? I can't think of the word, so whatever. The robot mode is worth buying the figure for. So buy it for robot mode. Don't worry about beast mode. It's not great. So don't leave him in beast mode. Put him in robot mode and be happy with the figure because he's really good that way. There it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.